Can I believe Gabe out in the Sabi sand at Juma thinks that he saw a lamb. But nobody else saw it. He could very well have. I mean, this is the time of the year, and the start of the lambing season is the most difficult to see the first lamb, because there's one or two, they're very few, if I can say. But once they really start lambing and you're in the mid of the lambing season when most of the females are given birth, trust me now that there are impalas everywhere. These young babies that look like miniature adults. Look at those impalas looking at us now. Mr. B, thank you for your question. There's a few differences, not only physical differences, but also habitational differences as well. Distribution. So out in this environment, where it's a very woody environment, lots of plants and bushes and shrubs, that's the area for impala. But the easiest way, if you ever see an impala and it's a 2-second view of it, and you want to identify it, there's two things you can look at quickly. Number one is the bum. You see the bum there? It's got those 3 black lines there. If you see that, you know it's impala. Now, further down the leg, if we can't really see it too well here, but they do have metatarsal glands on their ankle. So just above their heel, just above their hoof. If you see a black patch there, that is a gland, and that is only present with impala. And that gland is so reliable at identifying impala that imagine wild dogs caught an impala and ripped it apart. And we only find a leg. We can identify it. There you can see the metatarsal gland now. See those black patches? Now springbuck, they're enjoying more arid environments. So, harsher conditions, desert, semi-desert. They've got a lot more white features to the body. And then there's a black stripe running down halfway down their body, or a stripe running horizontal halfway in their body there on their side. And as you can see, there's no black stripe on the side of the impala at all. Now, the horns are very different as well. Now bear in mind that female springbuck have horns. You can see some impala without horns. Impala females do not bear horns. So if you see an antelope, it looks like an impala, but it's got a black stripe on its side, a very white underbelly, and the female has horns, then you know it's springbuck. As you can see, just by looking at these impalas, and they're quite far away, but Panda has zoomed in quite nicely, now we can see that they're shining. These impalas, even though theoretically, because they're pregnant, some of them should be showing signs of weaker condition, but they don't. You see that? They're very clean, healthy animals, and they are perfect for the environment in which they live. See the young ram there with the 2 straight horns? That's last year's ram. So this ram is about a year old. You'll just see some with short horns, almost like little spikes on the head. Exactly 1 year old to the month. There's a bigger ram right in the back. He's busy chewing at the moment. Slightly bigger, but not fully matured just yet. Now, just by looking at them and what they're doing, they're very busy antelopes. If they're not looking for danger, then they're trying to feed as much as they can, especially on those green grasses there. Safari lover, it would be more difficult for the lambs to be born, but bear in mind, some antelopes, they do give birth in the winter. It depends on how good condition the mother is in. But with impalas, they don't really like to give birth in the winter months. They like to give birth in the summer, and we know why, because there's lots of green vegetation. There's food available for them and also for their lambs when they grow up. And as the lambs grow and grow and grow, and then winter comes along a few months later, then the lambs are stronger and they're able to survive in a slightly harsher time. Just beautiful how they just blend in through the bush there. Impalas are smart like that. They're actually quite diverse in the areas that they go in. They don't mind going into